Most men think they understand women, but the truth is, they don't. Because women don't always say what they feel, not because they want to confuse you, but because attraction doesn't work through logic. It works through emotions. And today, I'm going to show you the things women will almost never tell you directly, but they expect you to understand. And if you miss these, you don't just lose attraction, you lose her interest without even knowing why. So pay attention, because one of these might completely change how you see relationships. Let's start with something most men get wrong. Women will never tell you that they are constantly observing you. Not just what you say, but how you say it, how you react, how you carry yourself when things don't go your way. Because attraction is built in moments you don't even notice. The way you respond to pressure, the way you handle silence, the way you act when you're not trying to impress her, she's watching all of it. And she will never say, "I lost attraction because you seemed insecure." She'll just slowly pull away. Another thing women will never tell you is that your behavior matters more than your words. You can say, "I care about you" 100 times, but if your actions don't match, she won't believe it, and she won't argue about it either. She'll just feel it, because women don't fall for what you say. They fall for what they experience around you. Now here's something deeper. Women will never tell you when they start losing interest. They won't come and say, "I'm not feeling the same anymore." Instead, you'll notice small changes. Replies become slower, energy becomes different, conversations feel forced, and most men make a mistake here. They chase harder. They give more attention, more effort, more messages, thinking it will fix things, but it usually makes it worse. Because attraction doesn't grow from pressure. It grows from space, emotion, and connection. Here's another truth. Women will never tell you they are testing you. Yes, testing. Not in a manipulative way, but subconsciously. She might disagree with you, ignore you for a moment, act distant, just to see how you react. Do you stay calm? Or do you panic? Do you hold your ground? Or do you lose yourself trying to please her? Because your reaction tells her everything she needs to know. Now let's talk about something that most men completely misunderstand. Women will never tell you that they are more attracted to how you make them feel than what you actually are. You could be successful, good-looking, well-established, but if being around you feels stressful, boring, or emotionally draining, attraction fades. But if you make her feel comfortable, understood, safe, even your flaws become attractive. Another hidden truth. Women will never tell you how important emotional safety is, not weakness, but emotional stability. A man who doesn't overreact, doesn't get insecure easily, doesn't need constant reassurance, because when a man is emotionally stable, she feels safe opening up, and when she feels safe, she connects deeper. Now here's something surprising. Women will never tell you that being too available can reduce attraction. Most men think more attention, more attraction. But in reality, too much availability removes mystery. It removes excitement. It makes everything predictable. And predictability often leads to boredom. That's why balance is important. Let's go deeper. Women will never tell you that they respect a man who can walk away, not because they want to lose him, but because it shows self-respect. A man who has boundaries, who doesn't tolerate disrespect, who values himself, that man is different, and different stands out. Another thing women never say directly is that confidence is more about energy than words. You don't have to say, "I'm confident." It shows in your behavior, in your eye contact, in your tone, in your presence. And presence is something you can't fake for long. Now here's a big one. Women will never tell you that they remember how you made them feel more than what you did. You could take her to the best place, buy her expensive things, but if the emotional experience wasn't strong, it won't matter. But a simple moment, with the right emotion, can stay in her mind forever. Another truth most men ignore. Women will never tell you that they are comparing you, not always to other men, but to their expectations, to their past experiences, to how you made them feel before versus now. And if your energy drops, they feel it. Let's talk about effort. Women will never tell you that effort matters more in consistency than intensity. Grand gestures are nice, but small, consistent actions build attraction. Checking in, being present, showing stability, that's what creates long-term connection. Now here's something deeper. Women will never tell you that they want to feel chosen, not chased. There's a difference. Chasing comes from neediness. Choosing comes from confidence. And that difference changes everything. Another hidden truth. Women will never tell you that silence is also communication. If she becomes quiet, if she pulls back, if she stops sharing, something has changed, and instead of asking directly, she observes if you notice. Now understand this clearly. Women don't always communicate directly, but they always communicate emotionally, and if you don't understand that, you miss the real message. At the end of the day, the biggest thing women never tell you is this: they don't fall for perfection. They fall for how you make them feel. Safe, excited, understood, respected. And when you understand this, you stop chasing the wrong things and start becoming the right man. Outro, important for retention. If you made it this far, you now understand what most men don't. So the question is, are you going to ignore this or actually use it? CTA subscribe for more real psychology, because what you don't know is exactly what's holding you back.